Hello and welcome to another Self-Reliance Outfitters Quick Tip. I am Matt Mercer, instructor for the Pathfinder School and the founder of the Black Hat Bushcraft channel right here on YouTube. And today I wanted to talk just a couple of minutes about a new product line which we have coming out at the end of the week, and that is our own Pathfinder Edition dry bags. You can see here we have two different sizes. The smaller is a 10-liter dry bag and the larger is a 20-liter. There's one feature especially about this 20-liter, which I'll talk about in just a minute, that really sets it apart from other dry bags that I own. For me personally, what I tend to use my 20-liter dry bag for the most is packing up my hammock camp. And this is if I'm going to go somewhere in camp where I don't have to go way off the beaten trail. A lot of times when I'm at the Pathfinder School teaching, we don't have to walk a long ways into the woods to set up our camp. So I'll just carry my camp in a dry bag. Or this previous weekend I was at a Boy Scout camp. So once we parked, we didn't have very far to go. So I just carried my stuff in my dry bag. And then I had a small day pack with my other kit in it. But for me, this 20-liter is more than large enough for me to put my tarp, my hammock, all my gear as far as stakes, guy lines, and ridge lines in a bag. I have my pillow, I have my mat, which goes in the bottom of my hammock for insulation. I have a whoopee in here. You could easily put a swagman roll or jungle blanket or whatever you're using in there. So everything that I need for camping is right here in this bag. And I still have room for a 32-ounce water bottle or other gear, fire kit, some extra food or extra clothing. There's still plenty of room in this for that right now. So this is an excellent size bag for that. The 10-liter is a great bag. It can do a lot of things for you. And that's the key about dry bags that are so multifunctional. So I wanted to talk about some of the multifunctionality of these bags and what they can do for you and why it may be worthwhile adding these to your kit if you don't currently have dry bags. One of the reasons why I like packing my hammock kit together in a dry bag like this is that once I set up my hammock and I have my tarp and everything put up and all my bedding in the hammock, this now becomes my welcome mat or my nightstand. And what I mean by that is, let's say at the end of the night I want to change out of my clothes, such as brush pants or whatever I've been hiking around in. I want to put on a pair of shorts or something comfortable to sleep in, maybe a base layer or something like that. Then this gives me a place where I can stand and do that without having to stand on the ground or without having to try to finagle myself around in my hammock. It just gives me a solid dry spot to put my feet, keeps the socks out of the dirt. At the same time, it gives me a place in the morning when I get up to swing out of my hammock, put my feet, get those boots on, change socks, those types of things. I say it's my nightstand because when I get in my hammock at night and I take my knife off, I can lay it right here. I can set my phone on the charger or whatever and just have it laying in a place where it's dry. If it starts to rain or weather gets bad, then I can just reach out of my hammock, shove that stuff in the bag, roll it up, and I know that my sensitive equipment is going to be dry and safe there. So again, this dry bag is always laying outside of my hammock. It's again my welcome mat in the morning for my feet or a place for me to change clothes, and it's also a place where I can keep my essential kit. In the middle of the night, I want to reach outside, grab my headlamp or my knife or whatever. It's all right there where I can get to it. So I did mention that there was a feature about this 20-liter that's different from other dry bags that I own. And that is the fact that this thing comes installed with these nice 2-inch nylon backpack straps. So not only can we throw this over our shoulder like a normal dry bag, but now we have the capability of making it become a backpack. And I will tell you guys that I've hiked about 1.5 miles with this thing today, and it's been very comfortable, and I've had it full. It sits well on my back, it doesn't bounce around. The straps are comfortable on my shoulder, and that to me really adds a lot of value to this. Let's say I'm going to go kayaking. I can throw this on the back of my kayak, know my gear is dry, and when I want to get off the kayak and maybe explore around in the woods a bit, then I have my kit in a bag that I can easily transport and comfortably, not having to carry it awkward over my shoulder or whatever, but throw that thing on like a backpack and hit the woods. And again, know that my gear is dry. If it rains or if I tip my kayak or whatever, that gear is going to be safe in this bag. So to me, that's a huge value for this particular Pathfinder 20-liter dry bag. Another function that both of these bags can perform really well is to simply give you a dry workstation. For example, right now I'm placing my knee on it to keep my pants out of this wet mud. But maybe I was processing down some tinder, let's say a tinder bundle, and I'm processing down some tulip poplar bark. This gives me a dry place to collect that material and prevent it from falling onto the wet ground. Let's say we're processing down some fat wood. This gives us a nice place to do that and collect that material to to make it easier to use. Or even let's say we're doing something more delicate like making a bow drill fire. This gives us a dry station that we can do that and keep that moisture from the ground of getting into our set and getting that moisture into our material as we're trying to form that ember when it's essential. So this just gives you that nice dry station to perform these delicate tasks. So another good idea for this 10-liter bag is, let's say we went camping and we forgot any type of pillow. We take our 10-liter bag, breathe a little air into it, roll that thing up good, lock it, and now we have a ready-made pillow. All right, of course I could stuff that with some extra clothing or something like that and it would make a nice pad. But I want you to see when I squeeze this thing, okay, how tight this seal is. There's nothing leaking out of that, so you can tell the quality of the seal. If that thing's airtight like that, you know it's got a good watertight seal on it. So makeshift pillow, add that to the list. Another idea, since these bags seal so well, let's say we're operating in bear country or in an area with predators that would be drawn to us because of the smell of food. We can seal our food items up in these bags, be it 10 liter or 20 liter if you're carrying more food or multiple people. Then we just simply attach a piece of cordage to this, throw this thing over a limb, and then cinch it up into the tree. That way, because it seals basically airtight, we won't be releasing as much aroma into the air to draw in those predators. Of course, we want to take that away from camp to do that anyway, but that's another really good function of these bags because they seal so well, and another good reason to have them on hand. And yet again, another great use for this 10-liter dry bag is to collect water from a raw source, such as this lake beside me. Let's say my camp is a little ways off. I don't want to have to keep running down here back and forth to collect water, maybe to run through my grill or whatever filter I'm using. This allows me to collect 10 liters of water at one time and keep it in camp. And when this bag is half full, even it'll stand up like this. Of course, I could always hang it from a tree or whatever, and then just dip my grill down in here and filter that water out. So this allows me, because it's waterproof, it works both ways. It allows me to keep water out or keep water in if that's my choice to do so. So as I've already mentioned, whenever I go on board a kayak or a canoe or any type of boat, I like to have my kit packed in a bag like this 20-liter dry bag just to make sure my kit stays dry and ready when I need it. But if you pack that correctly, even this 10-liter bag can become a personal flotation device. You would just add a little air once you pack your kit, like I showed you for making a pillow, and now I know this bag is going to float. Let's say I do have that worst case scenario, I tip that kayak and I end up in the water, I can grab hold of this thing and it'll help me to float. And when I get ashore, I know I'm going to have that essential kit that's in here as well. So add PFD or personal flotation device to the list of uses for these dry bags. So as you guys can see, the uses for these new 10 and 20 liter Pathfinder dry bags are many. These are definitely multifunctional pieces of kit, and they can do many things for you in the field. I've only scratched the surface with some of the things that I've shown you here today. If you are in the market, I strongly recommend that you check these bags out. The quality is excellent. And as with any Pathfinder product, Self-Reliance Outfitters stands behind their gear. So if you get something that is not right or to your satisfaction, you contact the store and they always make it right. Another thing is this 20-liter dry bag to me stands out among the competition because of that backpack feature. I don't own any other dry bags that have that. It's very comfortable to carry, and it gives you just one more option for carrying that essential gear that you need into the field. I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time to tune into this, and if nothing else, I hope you found this to be informative about the uses of dry bags. I hope that if you have not subscribed to the Self-Reliance Outfitters channel, you'll go ahead and click subscribe right now. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos from me, please check out my personal channel at Black Hat Bushcraft. That's here on YouTube, and I'd be honored for you to come and check out those videos. We'll definitely have more quick tips coming very soon on this channel from David Canterbury, Shawn Kelly of Corporals Corner, Josh Enyart, the gray-bearded Green Beret, Kevin Baxter from Salty Dog Outdoors, Paul Haack of Adaptable Survival, and myself, Matt Mercer from Black Hat Bushcraft. Thank you guys for your time. Take care. Be safe. See you guys soon.